Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Movie Couple Live. Happy Wednesday. This is a show where we talk about the latest in pop culture and movie news. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin.
And hey, thanks for joining us today. I know we started a little late, but we got some fun topics we are talking about today, including, did I do this right today? I didn't do it right, so I just do it all. I was too distracted when I was writing show notes. So we're talking a little bit about the first look we get to see of Timothee Chalamet as Wonka. I'm gonna just move my mic real quick because you guys are gonna hear that fan, and it's gonna be really annoying. We're talking about Alan Horn retiring as the Disney Studios CCO. We're talking Mandalorian season 3 finally starting production, and of course the news of Adam Warlock being confirmed to be in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Super excited. So thank you all for joining us today. I'm going to try to figure this one thing out real quick because I've got the notes up on a whole separate window, and that's not going to be effective for when I'm trying to look down and take a look. But there we go. I think that's better. What is it?
Oh, no, sounds good.
Oh, okay.
Just wanted to double check on seeing how our new little toner microphone is working, because normally we have two mics set up, but now we have...
Yeah, I said today I don't want to do that because there's too much crap on this table. You guys can't see what we see, but we've been streaming a little bit on Amazon Live, and we've been doing the build for the we're going to finish it right after this stream. So if you want to follow us on Amazon Live, you should. We were building this
the Iron Man.
Yeah, the Sicarian Iron Man from What If, which we got to see a very quick look of. So we thought we were going to be able to do it all in one shot, but time management is not a thing that we've been good at this whole month and no, not ever, not ever. Don't downplay us like that.
I'll downplay my time management skills because I'm horrible at time management. Wendy's a lot better than I am.
I try, but I also get distracted very easily, and then once I'm distracted, I get very frustrated, and then I can't refocus anyways. I don't know. Let us know in the chat or in the comments if you're the same way, how you work, or is it just us? So let us know. But yeah, we are going to be building that right after this stream over on Amazon. And the link is not below, but if you go to on your Amazon thing and you go to Amazon Live, you know what? Let me just go ahead and put it on in the chat at least, so you guys can at least find us.
So I have to admit, it is kind of fun to be able to talk about different kinds of merchandise that we do like, things that we have a lot of fun with, and to be also just be able to talk about hey, these are some of the movies that we also like doing in another live kind of atmosphere. And because, it's always cool to be able to do, a little bit of YouTube, a little bit of Twitch, a little bit of Amazon Live, to kind of change it up a bit. And also, Wendy and I have been talking about moving one of our streams, either Wednesday or Saturday, to Twitch. To see,
we've been talking about it. We're not sure if it's 100% done deal because there's also another factor that could come in for a Wednesday stream where we wouldn't even be live streaming to you from the home. We'd actually be out and about. So that's a lot of things to think about. So I don't know. Give us your thoughts. I know some of you guys follow my personal Twitch channel, but it wouldn't be broadcasting on that. It would be under the Movie Couple Twitch, which I think most of you do follow anyways. But just to kind of switch things up a little bit, I don't know. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, in the chat, wherever you can find us. Let us know. Going to the chat real quick. Oh, man. Starju says, hey, happy early birthday, Starju. Starju says, my birthday is next Monday. Just an old man in my 40s this year. 40 is not old. I don't know.
It's only a number.
I don't know when that happened where people think, I think it started with I remember my aunt making a big deal about her 40s, and she was wearing shirts oh, I'm over the hill. And I was like, what does that mean? I was so young, I didn't understand. She's like, 40 over the hill. And I was like,
it means,
but wouldn't it mean in my head 50? Because it's that number between 1 to 100.
Well, no.
So I was thinking over the hill.
The average lifespan for I think Americans at that time was about 80 years old.
Oh.
So hitting 40 is your estimated midlife. That means you've already used up half of your life, so to speak. So where are you at in your life? And over the hill means everything is now downhill from here.
Well, that's a crap way to look at it, and I don't personally want to look at it that way, so I won't. But we've got hashtag Old People Club happening in the chat. 40 is not old, guys. We're still
we're still young. We can still do stuff.
I'm gonna
do a cartwheel still.
I don't know if I've never tried. I'm sure I can.
I think I could still do a round off at least. I mean, heck, look at some of the actors out there. I mean, what is it? Jennifer Lopez is in her 50s.
Look at Ming Na. That's who it's all. That's the only Ming Na and Michelle Yeoh is like the only two people you can look at. Be like, they're how old? Doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter. Their bodies work better than mine. Let's see here. Debbie says hashtag Old People Club. Feel you, Blade and Stardew. Oh my gosh, how funny. Manuel, Elvis, sorry if I'm saying your name incorrectly. So sorry about that. Writing my master's dissertation while watching the live. Hello from Brazil. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for tuning in. Best of luck with your dissertation.
Oh,
I
man,
never
that's
had to write anything like that. Yeah.
Anyone who's going for a master's degree, because bravo.
We're cheering you on. Fighting.
I was never a good student. I was always very eager to be like, okay, can't wait to get out of here kind of thing. But anyone who's able to do good in school and able to focus and be able to put that much blood, sweat, and tears into learning and all that good stuff, congratulations, man.
Yeah, good on you.
Yeah, good job, man.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So you missed our NYCC chat. I feel like there was a lot of NYCC chat in our Discord that because things got so hectic for me, like I'll have Discord on and then I'll be like halfway writing a response and then completely forget about it and then close it down and not even think about it. So Caleb Uchiha says, oh, like Sasuke. Hey, movie couple, they said they're not doing the movie, by the way. Which movie?
Which movie are we talking about?
Can you elaborate? I'm not sure. Yeah, just let us know. I'm not sure exactly what you mean. Well, they're not doing the movie. Which movie? The Adam Warlock?
Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I don't know. What specifically you mean? So Dustin's going to keep an eye on the chat. Sorry, yes.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 movie, yeah.
They're not doing it?
That would be... That's news to me.
I thought
because that is like a huge Marvel property. I mean, so I would think that definitely... I mean, especially that they just announced it. Variety did
Variety, that's... go ahead, I'm sorry. I'm cutting you off.
Well, they announced that they had just cast Adam Warlock in Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure, I mean, unless something brand new just came out.
Yeah, unless it's like super brand new breaking news, do drop that tidbit in the chat. But we have a Variety article that's confirming that, one, the role's been cast, and two, writer-director James Gunn is set to start shooting later this year. So let us know if something else happened that's making you say otherwise. But with that, I think we're going to go ahead and jump into our first news topic here because we got a full day and we already started the stream later than what I wanted to. So first up, let's take a look at Timothee Chalamet as young Wonka, because we have been hearing about like, oh, they're going to do a Willy Wonka and this is going to be like a prequel and shouldn't have anything to do with the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory Johnny Depp versions. So essentially like a younger Gene Wilder. So I've got a couple of photos here that I pulled from the depth of the internet. Honestly, wasn't that hard to find. But here he is, Timothee Chalamet, as a young Willy Wonka. This is also set to be a musical, just like the original one. Right. There's actually a supposedly a leaked clip. I think it was posted in our Discord. I hadn't clicked on it yet, but somebody, like, they were...
I always feel weird looking at leaked things.
Yeah, a little bit. And the person who taped this segment... I guess they were filming it from their home or something like that, somewhere in close proximity. So I don't think they like purposely invaded and snuck their way on set, but I don't know. Again, I didn't watch the clip, but here is the photo of Timothee Chalamet as young Wonka. I honestly think in this photo specifically, really captured the mischievous look that sometimes you could see Gene Wilder have in the role of Willy Wonka. And then here is a more further away shot so you can see his full-on outfit. So I don't know if I haven't really read any synopsis on this yet, but I am assuming this is prior to him acquiring the chocolate factory or as has gotten the factory or something like that. But you can see I feel like this kind of captures the character that will grow into what we see later in the Gene Wilder version of Willy Wonka.
I have to admit, I was definitely one of those people that was kind of like, do we really need a Wonka prequel? But seeing some of these pictures of Timothée Chalamet, and one, the fact that he is an amazing actor, and it looks like he is really capturing the look and the essence of Gene Wilder, makes me a little bit more, this looks okay, you've got my attention kind of a thing. So I'm now a little eager to see exactly what they're going to do. I can't wait to actually see, like, say, like the first trailer, or to get some kind of taste of exactly what they're going to be doing for this Wonka. It's a Wonka movie, right? It's not a series. I'm pretty sure.
Correct. It is. It is supposed to be a film. And like, if you don't know Timothée Chalamet's work, you should take a look at his filmography. He's been, I think the first time I saw him may have been in Lady Bird. I think. But he was in it for just a little bit. He's also in Little Women. But you guys know that he is playing Paul Atreides in Dune, which I just got to screen yesterday. It's pretty freaking incredible. He's really incredible in the film. Like, if you know the story of Dune, you know that Paul is a very center character. So he definitely has a lot of scenes, and he plays all of it really, really well. And from just speaking with just a little Dune talk here, speaking with some friends who have read the book in its entirety and have watched like the previous movie, which a lot of them didn't like too much, are saying that the Denis Villeneuve version it's pretty faithful to the book. And then speaking on that, you guys know I've been talking about this, wanting to wait until I saw the movie Dune to dive into my audiobook, which I've already downloaded using a credit on my Audible, to find out that the version that I downloaded, which I felt like the description on Audible was really, really misleading, because I thought it was the unabridged version, and it's not. And I don't want to, like, we did a little research this morning. The book came out in like the late 1960s. And I don't know how from then to now, with the technology and the talent we have today, we don't have an unabridged version on Audible specific. Maybe there is one out that's just not on Audible, because Audible isn't everything. So I
would think that Dune's such a big title.
Yeah.
That by now you would have had just a complete unabridged version with someone who's really good at doing books for tape. Because one, it has been made into series, it's been made into movies, it has a huge fan base. Even though, yeah, true, it's big and dense.
Yeah,
there are a lot of other books out there that haven't been around as long that still have a full unabridged version of that book. So it actually makes me a little upset, because I wanted to dive in to Dune after I see the movie. So, or at least after I see at least maybe both of the movies, kind of a thing.
You want to wait until both?
Well, I may dive into it before that.
Yeah,
kind of
after
thing.
The movie, I was like ready to dive into the world, because it is, and people have said this from the very beginning of us talking about Dune. I don't know how we went from Willy Wonka to Dune. I guess because I brought up him playing Paul Atreides. But yeah, like you said, I don't know how there is not an unabridged version. So essentially now, I'm not going to listen to the audiobook, because there's this whole thing too. They have multiple actors playing different roles, but they also have multiple narrators that narrate different chapters, which makes it so confusing in a sci-fi book with the way he tells the story already. It's like, I don't need to be... Yeah, so...
adding confusion upon confusion upon confusion.
I don't need that. I'm just going to read it, just like, I'm going to just buy it on my Kindle, and I'm just going to read it. Because now I have the time. I've seen the movie. The second one won't be out. They haven't even announced it yet, I don't think, like when that would be out. So, there's no race to finish the book ASAP. I'm just going to read it leisurely and, take it in at my own pace. So that's what I have to say about that. But going back to Willy Wonka, I think he looks good. I don't know. We don't know too much about the film as of yet, but I'm a fan of Timothy's work. I accept him playing seeing the image. Yeah, just really makes me go, yes. Good casting.
It makes me go, yeah, this looks like it's going to be more from Gene Wilder kind of Willy Wonka and not Johnny Depp, which does make me
I didn't like the
More
Johnny Depp
excited.
one.
I thought
didn't
it was.
like it.
I liked it a little bit, probably a little bit more than you did.
Yeah.
But
I think
it
I
was
was too
very
stuck on the
strange and weird.
original.
Yeah.
I think I'm way too stuck on the original, which like it's, you know, something I grew up with, and it was too like maybe modernized for me. Which is
Probably.
weird because it's quite like fantasy. What is all this? There's a lot of
There's a lot of
unknown
things
numbers
going
calling
on.
me today. So with that, anything of note in the comments that we should call out?
I'm also a little bit more excited
No?
about
Okay.
about the fact that it's going to be a musical.
Mm,
So I'm excited to see what comes out from the Wonka.
the new Wonka.
Yeah.
Debbie has a recommendation for audiobooks. She says try Hoopla with
Hoopla.
the
Ooh.
Hoopla.
Oh, Hoopla.
Hoopla with the library.
Okay. Oh, wasn't there a movie that was called Hoopla or something?
I don't know it. It doesn't ring a bell. But thank you, Debbie, for the recommendation. Wasted Poe in the chat says, how do abridged versions of the books even exist? Who wants that? Right, not for Dune. And also, right, because you're not getting the full story. You're getting a very, like, I guess if you're in a crunch and you need to just absorb information ASAP, I guess that's a way to do it. But like for Dune, I don't want an abridged version.
Well, honestly, I can see how abridged versions do happen. There are a lot of books out there that are super dense. One of them is a series that I love, all of the Wheel of Time books. There are some times when Robert Jordan will go into pages of just describing what the city looks like. And there comes a point to when I was reading the unabridged version, that I'm like, okay, I get it. Let's move on with this kind of a thing. It's a beautiful city. Or you get the characteristic, but he just goes on and on and on. Cutting some of that stuff, I think, can make a book sometimes a lot more enjoyable.
It can, but at the same time, I feel like that you should have two versions. You should do an abridged and an
you should always have the
version.
Unabridged first.
Correct. And if there's a cry for an abridged version, then guess what? You can condense what you've taped for the unabridged version and just turn it. I don't know if that's how it works, but like in my head, that's how it would work.
Snip.
Correct. Blade says, I feel like audiobooks need three things when doing books: male and female voices for different roles. Yes. Ambient sound effects and music, just like a Star Wars audiobook. Star Wars does a really, really great job of essentially they're giving you a radio drama, which Wasted Poe is kind of saying here too. It sounds like you got a radio drama adaptation. That sounds actually kind of cool. And from what I've heard from like the little sneak peek that when I downloaded, they do have sound effects, ambient sounds, and that does make it really extra cool. But for a story like Dune, having seen the movie, and now I just want to obtain straight up information from the book, like I've listened to audiobooks without the sound effects, and like it doesn't. I mean, obviously, it's a really nice bonus, extra production value that I really, really, truly appreciate. But sometimes
there's one that they did for Lord of the Rings that was a radio drama.
Oh, cool!
That was really good.
That is
to where they got actors for every single character. They got a narrator. It was really, really good. If you ever get a chance to check it out.
Oh, so Hoopla. Sorry. Reading Debbie's thing here. Hoopla is a digital library. It's connected with your library. Interesting. We'll definitely go ahead and check that out very, very soon when we have the time. And moving on to our next topic here, Pokemon Legends Arceus. Still don't know exactly the right way to pronounce it, but it may not be the open world game that we all thought. And when I read this, I was just a little tiny bit disappointed because I feel like for, us Pokemon fans, like, getting a re-released version of like Diamond, Pearl, Moon, Sun, all of that, like it's always really cool. But to what else can you do to make the other, I guess the format of the game more something a little different, just to switch it up just a little bit for the players. They've got like Pokemon Unite that's out right now. That's a lot of fun, kind of an arena battle sort of a thing. So when this game was first announced, it looked to be sort of an open world game that all of us wanted to get, where we get to go into the world, explore every corner of the map. You can search for wild Pokemons instead of just like walking back and forth and like bob and weave and see if you can find that Pokemon in this specific patch of grass. So according to a report from Collider, it says that it's not going to be exactly like that, and the Pokemon Company confirmed it with Kotaku. So while there's still going to be an open world element to the game, but this is going to follow the footsteps of Capcom's Monster Hunter instead. So it's going to offer sectioned off zones to explore and complete missions in. So it's not quite as open world, say like Breath of the Wild.
Which is what I really wanted this to be. I wanted to be full open world to where you can go anywhere you want at any time, even places that you're kind of like, if you go into this area right now, you're probably going to die, kind of a thing, to where that's what makes these games so much fun. And Pokemon just lends itself to that kind of world and atmosphere and experience. And when they first announced it, I was like, I want this game. And now that they've kind of watered it down, I have to admit, they've probably also watered down my excitement a little bit.
I mean, are we still going to buy it? Absolutely. But yeah, it does, damper our excitement just a little bit. So it doesn't seem like the game is going to allow us to freely travel from area to area. But each open area that you do get to explore will essentially be a larger version of the wild area, or like the Crown Tundra from Sword and Shield. So it still allows you to explore a lot more than before, I believe. So we will see as we get closer to the release of this game to see, how some gamers, reviewers, live streamers on Twitch kind of get the game in advance so they can review it and stream it to kind of to promo essentially the game.
Yeah.
So we're definitely going to keep our eyes open for that and to judge the gameplay, and in our own, like, kind of how is it worth the money. I mean, I'm sure right now I'm still thinking, regardless of this little bit of dampering news, I still want to get the game because I love Pokemon. We heard about Pokemon going to show up in Universal Studios Japan, which means it's just tacks on another reason for us to want to go and visit Japan. So it's all very exciting. Let us know what you guys think in the chats or in the comments later on, what you think about this news that the Pokemon Legends game will not be as much of an open world as we initially thought.
Yeah, and also in the comment, Blade GTR, I think you're absolutely right. If done right, this could still be a really enjoyable game, a really decent game. So just because it's not as open world, having an open world element to a game like Pokemon Go, I think is incredibly important. So they do probably still plan on it. I mean, Monster Hunter is still very open world-esque.
This is true. So you're not tied down to like, oh, it's just the same game as before.
Follow the path to the next city.
Right. Yeah. It's not really like that, which, speaking of which, I really feel like I need to finish Let's Go Eevee because I still haven't finished it. All right. Moving on to our next topic here. We got a little bit of update for the third season of Mandalorian. Oh, sorry. You can see us on the side here. Whoopsie. So season 3 is finally in production, and our very own actor, where is his name here? I'm forgetting everything because my brain has officially melted. Mandalorian's very own Greef Karga will be back, and he tweets, Mandalorian season 3 begins for yours truly tomorrow, and he tweeted this yesterday. So production may have started even earlier before that, just because it's his first day on set doesn't mean it's the first day, period.
Yeah, it's the first day that they're shooting.
Yeah, but nonetheless, we are super excited because we had heard about this season being delayed, and we don't know when it's going to come out. And we all know the Book of Boba Fett is coming out, at the end of this year, following the Hawkeye series on Disney Plus. Also, RIP our Tuesday to Wednesday sleep schedule once again, because that's going to be completely insane. But I also welcome it because while the editing part is like, I complain about it while I'm doing it, but once I'm done and I watch and then I read all the comments and people's very excited for like this scene or that scene or whatever it may be, like, it's always fun to read. So I actually, like, while I value my sleep schedule as of right now, since we don't have that, I still am very much looking forward to the 2 new shows. But yeah, this is great news. I'm really happy that Carl Weathers is back. I believe he's still also going to direct an episode, like he did in season 2. Yeah, was it season 1 or season 2 that he directed?
Season 2. It was season 2.
I really enjoyed the episode, and I love that he made sure in his own episode that he directed, he got tons of scenes with baby Grogu there. So I think that was hilarious.
He was like, okay, we're putting this in where he's like treating Grogu like, oh, you're such a cute little baby.
I would, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah. It's kind of like, what is it when what is in the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie kind of a thing. She when Keira Knightley was kind of like, if I'm coming back, I want this. I want a sword fight. I want this.
She should get a sword
fight.
And
I want to be able to, I want one kiss with Johnny Depp.
She got it all. She was the Pirate King.
When you're in a position of negotiating power, you're able to get what you want, kind of a thing. You go for it. You grab that baby Grogu.
You grab it and you hold on to him tight. You don't let go.
You're so cute.
Basically did all of that. So that's very, very, very exciting. And let's see. Is there anything else that we should add about this?
Well, I'm just excited to finally hear that it's coming. It's always been, soon we will get the Mandalorian season 3.
Yeah.
And then we're going to start getting more. That means we're going to be closer to getting a trailer. We're going to be closer to getting some more plot points. And I'm just dying to see more. The fact that we're going to get Book of Boba Fett. We're going to get Mandalorian. We're just going to get all of this Star Wars stuff. I can't wait for Ahsoka to come out. Mm-hmm. I can't wait for Acolyte to come out.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff that is coming, and we don't even know exactly what we're going to get to see in the Book of Boba Fett. There hasn't been any sort of promo material as of yet, but you know it's coming. You know it's coming because Disney, they don't sleep on promoting their Disney Plus stuff. So I just can't wait. But I know they just released a Hawkeye promo not that long ago, so I think they want to let that breathe and do because that is the next show that's coming up immediately and not Book of Boba Fett. But as we wind down towards the end of the year, I'm sure we'll be getting all the Book of Boba Fett. And who knows, maybe even Mando himself is going to make a little tiny appearance. Maybe not. Who knows?
That would be pretty cool.
I am crossing my fingers that maybe, and this is just wishful thinking, it may not happen, but we got to see Cad Bane cross paths with the Bad Batch. And Fennec Shand, in the Bad Batch. So I wonder if somehow they will acknowledge it because he is like the bounty hunters on the freaking throne. At this point, at Jabba's palace, it's big, it's huge. So I can't wait to see how it all plays out. And with that, should we move on to the next piece of news?
Yes, we should.
All right, so
a lot of fun and exciting things to talk about.
Yes, onto the main topic here, and we were kind of talking about this a little bit in the beginning here. Let me go ahead and put up a photo for you guys for Adam Warlock. Why isn't it showing up? There we go. So, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 has officially confirmed that Adam Warlock will be in the film, and they've cast Will Poulter to play Adam Warlock, and James Gunn himself has confirmed this by posting to Twitter, "Welcome to the Guardians family, Will Poulter. He's an amazing actor and wonderful guy. See you in a couple of weeks," which tells us also in a couple of weeks they're gonna start filming his parts probably on set, which is so exciting. And if it's the first time you've ever heard of Will Poulter, he's been in things like The Chronicles of Narnia, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. You may remember him. I know I remember him from We Are the Millers, and I thought he was so good in that role. So funny. He's been in the Maze Runner franchise. He's been in The Revenant. I believe he is currently, Dustin said this yesterday, that he is currently on the limited series Dopesick on Hulu. And I think he originally, wasn't there going to be another version of it? And he was going to play Pennywise.
I think there was talks about it,
but then it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But the Andy Muschietti version happened,
which shows that he is a very versatile actor. That he can do that drama and he can do comedy, because he was very funny in We Are the Millers.
The comedic timing is
what
great.
We've seen from the trailer of Dopesick. He looks like it's a very kind of straight-laced kind of not con man, but he's a drug rep. So I'm really curious to see what he does in this role of Adam Warlock.
Yeah, he's got versatility for sure. Debbie, where is it? Blade says, "I was thinking Adam Warlock was going to be in Infinity War, but glad they are finally bringing this character out." Do you remember when we first saw the tease of Adam Warlock?
Oh, yeah.
In what, Guardians 1?
No, Guardians 2.
Oh, it was
the I can't remember the name of the race, but the gold people that were trying to kill all all of the Guardians.
And yeah, they kind of did like a very quick sneak, and I felt like it was wasn't it an end credit scene as well, right?
Yes,
that was,
it was an end credit scene.
yeah.
So it's been a while since we've gotten this little tease, and it's finally coming out. So it's finally coming to fruition, kind of a thing. So I'm excited to see what they do with Adam Warlock, because he had a huge role in the comic book version of Infinity War.
Oh, the Sovereign.
Now that is all over, I'm kind of like, okay, so how are they going to wrap him into this? Is he actually going to be that big of a character? Or is he going to be kind of, a little fun side character that they do? And I guess it depends on how well the audience takes to Adam Warlock, depending on whether or not he's going to be in more movies or if he's going to just be in Guardians of the Galaxy.
I feel like once you sign on to the MCU, you're in it for life. Multiple contracts for multiple films, even if it's just a cameo here and there.
Yeah.
But, they're also building out, future phases of MCU as well. So, like, I think these characters are rarely going to be a one-off. I'm not saying like he's gonna get his solo movie, but I'm also not saying that he's not gonna get his own solo movie.
True,
like
no.
Anything is possible, really. But I think Guardians obviously is a great entry for this character that we finally getting to see, because how many like conversations have you and I been in since like in the beginning in Guardians, the first one, or maybe even in Thor, we had said like, are we going to see Adam Warlock? Like people have been talking about this for a long time. So I like that they didn't rush it, that they took their time, and they're like, it's Guardians 2. We got to set the path for this, for the other stuff, because it's a whole lot of moving pieces within the MCU. And now it's going to work with him in it. I'm just very, very, very excited that like he's in the MCU. I think he's a good actor. So very, very, very excited.
And also, since it's not going to be a surprise character, I mean, since James Gunn really did make a big announcement, put it all over on Twitter, that he will be probably a pretty big role in this movie. I'm assuming they're not going to make this big of a deal for someone that is kind of going to come in and then leave.
I mean, you never know.
No, yeah, true. It's also James Gunn.
You never know. Yeah.
And to where, in Suicide Squad, if you haven't seen it, he made a big deal about some of those characters, and some of them weren't really around very long. Right.
Yeah. So we will see, but I feel like with James Gunn and the way he has handled like the Guardians of the Galaxy universe aspect, I think every character, big or small, and lots of screen time, little screen time, he makes them feel to the audience equally important. So I'm just super excited to see it. I don't understand what Vanja is saying here. He says, where'd it go? You guys are getting paid. By who?
Huh? Who's getting paid for what?
Maybe he's not talking about us. Maybe he's talking about something else. I don't know.
But I'm also really curious on what they're going to do for this, because there's also been talks about Dave Bautista not doing another Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, this is his last one as Drax. So this might be the end of Drax.
It could
in
be
the storyline.
Yeah, he could wrap up that storyline. Also, Dave Bautista is in Dune.
Yes.
He is in Dune, and he looks freaking cool. James Gunn, Debbie says, James Gunn made us care about a tree and a raccoon.
No, that is very true. I remember.
Accurate.
Because Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and Wonder Woman were coming out at the same time. And I loved some of the GIFs and some of the memes that were coming out, to where WB's like, we don't know how to get Wonder Woman to work. Marvel, here's a raccoon with a machine gun. Kind of a thing. And James Gunn,
and you're going to love him.
James Gunn made some of the most ridiculous characters work. And we now love Rocket. We love Groot, and I don't know who does not have a baby Groot something, whether it's a baby Groot pen, a baby Groot plushie,
Funko.
A baby Groot Funko. I mean, he made these ridiculous characters work, and we now all love them.
People have cosplayed endlessly as Groot as well as Rocket Raccoon. I remember going to Disneyland, and it was for the opening of the ride for Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. And Perry and I went together. This was like 2016.
Yeah, it must have been a while ago.
2016, something like that. Whenever it came out, yeah. And like Groot was out there for photo op, so I went and took. And Groot at Disneyland is a flirt, because he grabbed my hand and he like They held it, like held it high, and I was like, oh, and give the hand a kiss, and I was like, oh my god, like that was the picture of me going, ah. It's a flirt, guys.
And that is an awesome costume too.
Yeah,
I mean, you really
it looks really cool.
They do a good job on hiding the stilts that the actor is on.
The shorter stilts, not super tall stilts, but yeah, it looks really really
awesome. Cool. If you guys haven't gotten a chance to see Groot at Disneyland, it's an amazing costume.
Yes, and thank you, Anja, for clarifying that. He says you guys are getting paid as Poulter's line in The Millers. I haven't seen that movie in so long that I don't remember the line, but that was such a fun movie. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our final bit of news here. So Alan Horn is stepping down as Disney Studios CCO, which I guess inevitably people would want to retire and like live life, and he's and after all that hard work here. So I'm gonna just go to this one article by Variety here and see what they're saying about this. So he is going to be retiring as Chief Creative Officer of Disney Studios Content, and he's had a nearly decade-long run at the Walt Disney Company. And it says here from the article from Variety, it was one that saw Horn stabilize the film operation after a tumultuous period where Rich Ross took the reins for 3 tumultuous years, a lot of years. Under Horn, Disney successfully integrated Marvel's film operations, rebooted the Star Wars film franchise after buying Lucasfilm in 2012, and maintained its dominance in animation space. So he was expected to step down when Bob Iger was leaving the company. And then, of course, we know that Bob Chapek took over as CEO in 2020. And Iger even wrote in his autobiography that Alan Horn was his best hire. So I'm sure it was a decision not to be made lightly, and he will be retiring from the company as of December 31st, which is crazy. And I wonder if like a part of me kind of wants to like hold on, be like, no, don't go. Don't go. I don't like change.
Well, the thing is, I mean, this is just going to show that we're in for a completely new generation of Disney everything.
Yeah.
Because we've changed CCOs. We've seen the CEOs are being changed out. So these are the big moving years of Disney. So we're going to see, both of whoever they put to replace Alan is going to be
big shoes to fill, guys.
Big shoes to fill, but also we now have, since we have a new CCO and a new CEO, both of them are going to want to put their thumbprints on whatever they do. This is now our generation of Disney, of whether it's good or bad. I'm really curious, scared, because we just got through an amazing time at Disney.
Yes.
So it could be very possible that they can just ride this out and can do a really good job on guiding it into the next generation. Or if there's a little too much of a no, I want to make my imprint here.
Yeah, I hope there's not like
do a really bad change of direction.
Let's keep things consistent and cohesive, because like I don't like too much change, and and we won't really notice the changes for a little while anyhow.
Yeah, he's
not even officially out of the position until the end of the year, essentially, and then it's not like the day, like January 1st, everything changes. Like there's a whole transition thing. So we will wait and see. But during his 9 years at Disney, the studio set numerous records at the box office, surpassing $7 billion globally in 2016 and 2018, and $11 billion in 2019. Holy crap. This is the only studio to ever have reached these thresholds. And during his tenure, Disney released 20 films that surpassed the $1 billion mark, including some of the biggest domestic releases of all time, including Star Wars: The Force Awakens, and the second biggest global release of all time, Avengers: Endgame. So he's definitely left behind a lot of
quite a legacy,
quite a legacy, a lot of achievements, and we will see who Disney chooses to fill his shoes. Yeah, that's a big deal. And I know, like, kind of scrolling through like Disney Talk on TikTok, there for some reason they all kind of showed up on my For You page all on the same day. Maybe because I was looking up like Disney tricks and tips and like merch and whatever. So sometimes the algorithm just kind of pushes you down this one rabbit hole. But I got literally I swiped 3 times, and it was from 3 completely different TikTokers, but talking about the same topic, how they weren't happy with how the way Bob Chapek has handled the theme park aspect of the since he's started, and they're saying the TikTok that like it feels like he's doing it more for profit as opposed to like for what would be best product. for like the best experience for fans, which is not to like agree or disagree, but as a business you have to also think about Disney, yes, as a fan experience, for the fans, but you also have to make profit as a business. So but where is that fine balance of, yes, the fans understand that the company has to make a profit, so therefore the surge in prices, but then you take away all the little things. Like, for example, we didn't really talk about this too much. I know it's talked about in the Discord, but like the Genie Pass. Yeah. That's been a very hard concept for me to grasp, because they had the Max Pass and I loved it. And now it's kind of confusing because I keep reading up on it. I was like, wait, so I have to pay for the Genie Pass for the whole day, and then if I want a certain like premium ride, then I have to buy like the lightning lane thing, and then that's like between like $9 to $15 per, like, so on top of what you're paying to get inside the park or as a key holder.
It really does feel like they're trying to go back to that time to where you needed to get a pack of tickets to go on certain rides. And it really seemed like now not only are you paying this huge price tag to get in, if you want to do anything cool there, any of the big e-ticket attractions, you now have to pay extra. And I'm kind of like, no, either lower the entry fee to get in,
and then we'll pay
for
the upcharge for the ride,
or pay that huge price at the door and everything is free to get in, to go on all the rides. Right. And I really do feel like you're right.
They're going to get to that point where
I think there's going to be some big backlash, because they're going to try to do these new programs, these new ways for the company to make money that is, I'm going to say, is going to be very price gougy.
Yeah.
And they're going to do things, well, since we're not making money off of having characters roam around. Remember when they tried to do this? Like, they tried to take out Peter Pan, and there was a huge uproar of people like, when I was at Disney, I loved being able to interact with these characters that were free roaming the park.
Yeah.
And there was,
I mean, they really can't do that now during the pandemic.
No, true.
There's none of that now. But still.
I feel like this is going to be another time period of Disney that we're going to have a big struggle between the fans and what we want our money to go towards, since we are writing a pretty big check. And the company's trying to get as much out of their customers without really providing a better experience. And it's that struggle of capitalism, so to speak.
And also to like, just so we're not judging too harshly or too quickly, like even though Bob Chapek has been in the position for a little while, it's still relatively new. I think it's never easy. I don't want to assume anything, like, stepping into like, you're now the Disney CEO and every decision you make, people are going to love it and hate it. And you are the one person that they're going to point the finger to, like, I hate you as blah, 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 you're doing a bad job. Like, I obviously have my criticism of like XYZ things and things that I think should be handled. But again, we're not in these board meetings. We're not hearing the little other things. To be a fly on the wall, to be like, oh, this is why they had to make that decision to get there. So while it's not like, while you don't agree with 100%, you can better understand why it was this instead of that. Like, I think it's really easy to sit on the sideline when it's not your money and your hours, and you're just a consumer, to be like, oh, blah, 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 when you don't have any idea of how theme park operation works. Wait, we have a little bit, like, we worked in theme parks, but it's not to the point where we're corporate level.
Yeah. Well, and also, bottom line, number one priority for any business is to make more money. It's not just to make a lot of money. It's to make more money than you made previously.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much going to decide what grade you get from the company. as CEO or CCO,
Yeah.
kind of a thing. So I am just, it's going to be a new generation.
Yeah.
We have to wait and see. With every new big head switch up, there's always been a little craziness going on and controversy on, oh, they shouldn't have done this instead of that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Just to give you guys an example, you guys all know that I worked at Universal Studios, the theme park, for a while. And while I was working there, Comcast had acquired the company, had bought Universal Studios. Like I don't know if it was over also like with the studio aspect of it. There was a bug in this room that is so distracting. I'm so sorry. That's why I was struggling to like find my words, because my eye is just like zoomed in on the bug. So I don't know if it was just like theme park aspect or to like shows like TV and movies, but I remember hearing about it and thinking, how much is it going to change? And then I was there maybe another year and a half before I left, because another job came along that was a better opportunity for me. So I took it and I left Universal, and then talking to my friends a few months after I left, and they were like, oh yeah, now we're feeling the changes. So it took that long.
So we probably won't really know for like another year or so.
Right. Exactly.
About what these changes are going to be like. What are some of the long-term effects of some of these decisions? Mm-hmm. So it's interesting.
And Debbie says, oh my gosh. Debbie says the Genie thing sounds convoluted. So I kind of want to go ahead and talk about this real quick before we end today's stream. So let me just hold on a second. Let me just go ahead and put this back up. I found an article on Forbes that so Disney has a fish that talks a little bit about the program. So hopefully we can unconvolute it for ourselves. I don't even know if that's a word. Probably not. But Disney has officially announced their new in-park planning tool and attraction reservation system. So they're really like driving in like reservation. Like they were doing this before Bob Chapek was even CEO.
Yeah.
For the reservation, because there was like the regular annual pass holder pass. This is pre-Magic Key. We had the pass. We had like the third level, and then they had one that was like a little bit more on the affordable end, but it was affordable because you had to do reservations. A couple of my friends had it, and they actually loved it. And then they sunsetted that entire program, just overall annual pass holders, before they did the Magic Key. And I guess maybe speculation, the reason why they pushed out that reservation tier of the annual pass was to test and see would it run smoothly.
Yeah.
Apparently it did. So, and I think the pandemic helped with that too, because when they opened Disney World and Disneyland back up, it was specifically Disneyland that we have experiences with, and it really tested like how well that reservation system worked. So let's talk about this Disney Genie thing. So they announced it, and it's going to launch actually this month, just in less than a week, or in about a week, October 19th at Disney World first. So Disneyland is not going to get it yet, I guess. So the Disney Genie is going to be integrated into the current My Disney Experience app to allow guests to optimize their time while touring the 4 Disney World theme parks, while using an advanced algorithm to personalize the guest experience for each party using the service. That in itself does sound very convoluted. Like, so it's going to
a special
personalize for me specifically. Do I do a survey beforehand and let you know what my like top pick rides are? So the Disney Genie will be able to suggest attractions or entertainment based on current wait times. It's also going to let guests know if they should wait to ride popular attractions like Space Mountain, like Rides of the Resistance, based on the forecasted wait time for the day.
That's cool.
That sounds cool. Being able to get a
that does sound cool of wait times. Like, hey, this might be the better time to go on to this ride.
Mm-hmm. But does it cause like a bottleneck effect where everybody, like, Rides of the Resistance is like top of the tier.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to ride that ride. I want to ride the ride. I'd ride it 15 times a day if I could.
Yeah.
So would it cause that problem? And then none of the other rides getting any love, and you can just like no wait time walk on the rides. Let's see.
It's kind of like that. That's the big problem with telling people, hey, this time this ride might be low attendance, is the fact that it's kind of like telling someone the future. Once you tell them that, then the future changes, kind of a thing.
Absolutely. So this plus the new tip board will be integrated into the current My Disney Experience app that's going to essentially allow guests to plan an entire day at Walt Disney World without having to waste a moment of time to figure out what they do next. That sentence right there, waste time to figure out what to do next, is my favorite thing that I've read so far in this report, because time is money. And especially if you are a family that has, we talked about this before, arranged and paid for travel and lodging to go to Florida, Orlando, Florida, to go to the theme park, and you don't want to waste 40 minutes to be like, do we want to eat first? Do we want to go to this first? And then you've wasted time because you walked all the way over here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, oh, it's too long. We should have eaten first. And it's a lot of back and forth. And when you're a big family, you're spending all that money.
You know what this might be secretly doing? Is once you've kind of put in your information and they know what you want to go on and how you want to do there, they can take all of that information from all of these different guests and kind of schedule all of them. So they know, okay, this family really wants to go into Fantasyland. Okay, let's make sure, and the algorithm will put these people in Fantasyland, move these people, say, hey, you should go over here. So it's not really, what is that called? It's not really planning out your day. It's actually planning everyone's day out in a way to where it spreads everyone out throughout the entire park, instead of having everyone over here at Fantasyland, everyone over here in Frontierland, everyone. I think I got the placement wrong on that. But it's that kind of idea, to be able to constantly keep your entire guests, all of your guests in the park, spread out. So it seems like it's less populated than it really is. Yeah. So if they use it like that, that might actually be a good way to do it. But it's interesting. I'm really curious now on how that will kind of turn out.
Yes, it is very interesting. Quick shout out to Diego, who is saying hello from Chile. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for your support. Hello. Thank you for watching, and also to Noel, who has joined as well. I want to share this one screenshot with you guys real quick, since we're talking about the Genie, and this is kind of what I was talking about. Share screen. Okay, hold on one second. Which one is it? This one. I think. Okay. Yes. Okay, so let's take a look at this. This is, somebody posted this to our Discord as well. I think it was either MK or Blade. I can't remember who it was. But this is rides, and these are the rides that are at Disney World, not Disneyland. So the Lightning Lanes attraction at launch. So you have, in the columns, you have a column for Magic Kingdom, for Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom. So let's just go ahead and take a look at Magic Kingdom first. So the individual Lightning Lane, and it's purchased a la carte, maxed 2 different attractions a day. So you can only purchase 2 a day, or you can only ride 2 different rides a day. It doesn't matter. It sounds about the same. And that would be the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Because that's the big one at the Magic
Kingdom, and Space Mountain, another big ride at Magic Kingdom. And then you have the Genie Plus Lightning Lane. You can book one at a time throughout the day. And I believe this is the one that you pay I think the $7 or $15 or something like that. I don't remember the pricing, but it's got a ton of different rides. Everything from Big Thunder Mountain to Buzz Lightyear to Pirates to Teacups, all the way to the Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid. And they do this for all the other, sub parks, if you will.
They are now, in a sense, saying, okay, we're going to give you a cheaper version of Fast Pass for free, where you can only do 2 throughout the entire day, and it's only for these 2 rides.
Yeah.
And you can only do it once per day.
Yeah.
Or you can pay for it now and get pretty much what you got with the Fast Pass.
Okay, so here we go. Because this is where it gets very confusing for me as a consumer. And I'm not even going to Disney World anytime soon.
Yeah.
But Disney World guests can purchase Disney Genie Plus, which is similar in style to the formal Disney Max Pass. That was like $10 a day for everything. Plus, you got free photos.
Oh yeah,
I think if you wanted to,
we love getting the free photos.
Yeah. So for $15 a person per day, patrons at Walt Disney World will be able to reserve time to experience attractions with the new Lightning Lane service that we literally had just talked about. So it's the purple stuff. Sorry, the blue stuff. That's not a la carte. I think that's everything else. Which is formerly known as Fast Pass. Over 40 attractions across all theme parks will use Lightning Lane with Disney Genie Plus. So it looks like you can start making those reservations on your app starting at 7 a.m. on the day of your visit. And on top of that, visitors to Walt Disney World will be able to purchase 2 individual lightning reservations at up to 2 attractions per day. And those are the blue ones that was on the very top. So you pay your $15, but if you want these other ones that are not included in the regular Genie Plus, you have to then pay plus a la carte, which is I think between $7 to $9.
What?
Wait.
So yeah.
Okay. For example, if someone is looking to ride the Ratatouille adventure on the 19th, the price would be $9. And then on October 23rd, it's $11 a person. So it varies on date. So if you're going on the weekends, it's probably going to cost you a little bit more.
Okay, I immediately don't like that.
I think
the fact that you now have to pay extra to go on these rides.
I feel like that's I want to. I remember. I think it was Chris's choice, Chris Mendez, who first posted this like a couple of months ago when news was starting to come out about this, and I remember reading about it for just a little bit, and I got so frustrated with the aspect, because that is exactly what I was thinking in my head, but it sounded like Debbie was saying so convoluted. I was like, blah, I don't want to read about it anymore, and I like yeeted that that tab out of my web browser, and I said no. So now, having fully read it, I'm okay with the $15 a day Genie Lane Plus, but I'm not happy about like I have to pay $7 to $11 more depending on the day. I go, then just bump up the price of that Genie Plus overall. Yeah, and if you're gonna keep charging people, then just make us pay $20 for the whole thing. Then that's $20 a person.
Yeah, I mean, and
if it was $20, we know it's $15.
It just makes it very frustrating and very more like, it really does feel like they are now price gouged. It's kind of like when you buy a video game. And then you're like, yay, awesome. And then like 2 days, and then the in-game purchases. And you're like, I just spent $60 for this game. And now I've got to buy, if I want actually like extra levels, extra weapons, extra this, you now have to pay for it. Yeah. You want to go on the hottest, coolest ride? Well, you have to pay for it now. Extra. And I'm just like, I don't like that. I really, really don't like that.
And how did they dictate? Because Paris ran into the same problem.
Oh,
remember they tried to do something like this,
and it failed miserably.
Yeah, because the people who didn't purchase the Lightning Lane was able to get through the line much quicker in the general standby line than the Lightning Lane, which was not lightning. It was slow. It was like a slow drizzle. Like they were moving. Oh God, it was such a mess reading about that. So how do they avoid that?
Yeah.
How do they forecast that?
I would definitely recommend wait to see how
see how Florida handles it.
Do not be one of the first people that buy this.
And Florida has a lot of foot traffic through all the parks throughout the whole year. Mm-hmm. There's not. I mean, sure, there's seasons that are a little bit, less busy, but overall it's still crowded. Like people will take time off school, off their work to be like, let's go to Disney World. So we will keep an eye on the news. And with that, we're going to go ahead and end this broadcast because we got to jump over and finish building. I think I just broke it.
Oh, what'd you do? It's okay.
I pushed something in.
I'll fix it before we start.
You can articulate.
But also, don't forget to check out. We have a lot of cool videos that are coming out. We did a trailer reaction to the Home Sweet Home Alone. During the trailer, I could not get that name right, but it's a remake or reimagining of Home Alone. We did a trailer reaction to Cyrano. We did a trailer reaction. We have a whole bunch of trailer reactions coming out.
I want to do one for Black Phone as well. I think that just came out this morning with Ethan Hawke. So I want to do that as well. And we have a movie review, non-spoiler for, even though I think we talked a bit too in depth about the movie, but for The Last Duel, that is also coming out very, very soon. So I just got to get through editing it. So you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We love chatting with you. As always, take care. Maybe we'll see you guys on Amazon. So let me go ahead and post that link again. We're going to go live in just a little bit. I got to grab something a little bit to eat to fill the stomach, and then we will get everything set up for Amazon Live, and you can see us finish building this Sakurian Iron Man that you got a quick sneak peek of.
We're almost done. We'll probably be able to get it done in less than an hour.
Let's hope so. That's the game plan, because Wendy got 50 million things going on. All right, guys, we love you so much.
Oh, and don't forget, Wendy will also be on Twitch later today for her Bedlam and Discord D&D game. So
Very
go check out
exciting.
her being a barbarian dwarf named
Who
Galita.
loves glitter. And let's hope she doesn't die because she's already taken, I think, like 12 points of damage. And I think I only have
You're only like
38.
what, level 3?
Level 3.
You're-
Maybe
you-
level 4.
You guys are dinky.
Yeah, we're dinky. Even as a barbarian. So, all right, you guys. We love you and we will talk to you soon.